Hey, Sav.
Hey Shay, and bonjour brand connoisseurs. Welcome to the Art of Branding podcast on the TEAM SCG podcast network. Okay, Shay, rate your day with minimal context.
I always give you no context and a 7.
Okay, well, I don't necessarily need context. I don't necessarily want context.
What
Just,
about you? But you could give me minimal, I guess.
I'll give you minimal. I'll give it a 10 because it's a Friday.
10?
And I finally got you to sit down and hang out with me after.
I have missed you guys. I've been out. I've been on a little hiatus. I've gone through a couple things in the background, but I missed you guys.
No, and we've missed you. I'm just so happy to be able to wrestle you down. We understand that you're in very high demand. So getting you to sit down and just chit chat, yap a little bit with the girly twirlies can be a difficult job, but a job in which I am very fortunate to be tasked to handle.
Okay.
So with that being said, the elephant in the room today, I would say, and these are your words, not mine, but
Where
are
we're
the
going.
but are the fact that, amidst this time of year, it gets a little crazy and we can get a little stressy and depressy with the Q4 chaos.
Okay, that's fair.
But exactly. It kind of speaks to exactly what we're going through right now, all things considered, with, us trying to find time to podcast because you had just like a bunch of things going on, a lot of things going on in the background, super fun secret projects that we're working on over here. I was out of office. I took a little PTO myself. I was a little sick, a little under the weather, and then I go on a client visit. So not that I was just here twiddling my fingers saying, "Oh, when's Shayna gonna come back to me?" It was more so like
we were crossing in the night.
two
Where
ships.
I was here, you were not. When you were here, I was not.
Two ships passing in the night. And it's funny because like when I took my PTO, I ended up getting sick after, and
I didn't see you for like 2 weeks because then you traveled. You went to Houston, I think, like
Yeah,
right after.
exactly, which is, we have a little bit of a codependency, I would say.
It was entirely too long.
Exactly. It's entirely too long, and we're happy to be back. But like I said, like this time of year gets a little
It's
crazy daisy for sure. So like for those who don't understand, I mean, for those that are in the industry, you understand, you're going through it yourselves. Like buckle up, sisters and brothers. We are here. We
Thoughts
are
and prayers are with you.
exactly thoughts and prayers, and let's all hold hands together and just say, wow, this is insane. But this time of year is crazy for many of reasons. Primarily, obviously, you have the holidays coming up.
Yeah. I think factories closing and like holiday schedules and stock is one very big piece of our chaos. I think the holidays in general and this time of year is typically when everybody is, including us, has forgotten to place their holiday orders.
We tried
This is
so
our
hard.
second year in a row where we're like, we're gonna have this by Thanksgiving. These are Thanksgiving gifts. You'll be lucky if these go out before Christmas.
But here's the thing. No, they absolutely 1,000% will be going out before Christmas. You heard it here first, okay? But okay, so what happens is end of year obviously is a huge time to really acknowledge all of the partnership, all the people, all of the memories that like went into making the year a success, and all the things. So, and on top of that, most people have some budget to spend at the end of the year. So they're like, what can I do here? Lo and behold, a lot of people want to do gifts. A lot of people want to do merch. A lot of people want to do events.
And they want to do it all right before they go on PTO.
Exactly. Right before they go on PTO.
And they want it all delivered, everyone at the same time.
Exactly.
Same week.
So all of these orders go into factories. Pretty much.
Plus we have, we're now very deep in, fulfillment and third-party services and things like that. So that's crazy too, all at the same time is the receiving here, besides once we get through the trenches of the factories and get it all, now it's the logistics of actually kitting it and getting it to the end users and the recipients in time. And it's crazy. Okay. So in the midst of all the fulfillment, all the chaos with all the factories, then we're going to throw in end of year budgets for 2025, all of our plans, our revenue goals, our profit margin goals, our expense goals, all of the investments, the new hires we want to make, the departmental budgets, like all this is happening at the same time.
As well as how do we wrap up our year? We're bringing everybody in from our team that works remote.
Yeah, we do in week all at the same time. Honestly, I think it's like self-inflicted now that we're like laying it all out like this.
This is honestly a bit therapeutic, and we realize
it's just it's a lot, but it's a lot of fun. Obviously, like everyone's in the holiday spirit around now, except we have a couple people here that don't like Christmas, which, excuse me.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Grinch. Pardon me, Scrooge.
We're gonna sing Christmas carols in your office all day. But otherwise, I think it's fun and it's necessary, and it's like the end to, especially, we've had a lot of success this year and we've had a lot of growth and we've achieved a lot of goals. So I'm most excited about In Week because it's bringing everybody together and we get to actually take a minute and enjoy that and talk about the successful things instead of the stressful things, which is all we talk about right now. I mean, me and you were just talking about how we hadn't seen each other in a while, and I think like the biggest part for me with that is I come out of my office for air, like in between my meetings. I'll have like 5 to 10 minutes for just a quick air, and you're usually right there. Like you'd usually just walk right in and just we could debrief for like a minute on something. And for those, it was like 2 weeks where I was just,
you didn't get your breath of fresh air.
I didn't, and I didn't get you to like calm me down. I'm on the verge of mentee B.
I'm like, no, Shay, it's all good. Like, you're fine. Like, we'll figure this out. We always do.
I usually get to walk in on your chaos of you trying to build a box dimensions on PowerPoint.
Stop. Okay, so I've been tasked with putting together our client gifts, which is really exciting. It's really fun. It's something that I really enjoy doing, as well as Kim and I have been working.
Gifts that we're going to be here by Thanksgiving.
That we're supposed to be here by Thanksgiving, but absolutely did not, will not happen by Thanksgiving. But Kim and I have been working tooth and nail on this, but we've landed on products, or we landed on products a while ago. But our bit of procrastination is figuring out dimensions for a box to pack them into. And let me tell you, this
is a company-wide weakness. It is a company-wide weakness to select a correctly sized box. We cannot do it. We have never done it successfully. And here Savannah is.
And somehow I've been tasked with doing this. So I put together, I refuse to like totally flop on this because, I mean, for so many reasons, but primarily because this is like for our clients.
All eyes are on you.
Exactly. And exactly. There's a lot of visibility into this. This isn't just like my own like personal, project, my passion project. This is like, going out to some of the people that we love to work with the most, and the people that have like worked on massive projects with us, and this is like our way to say thank you. So we put together a lot of thought into the products, but like if it's then delivered in this janky box, like your girl's gonna look silly here. Okay,
so on PowerPoint we've created,
I put my engineer hat on, okay, which again, as we should all know by this point, your girl is a marketing girly.
Right. I was going to say, I don't know that this is helping your case.
Engineer.
So anyway, long story short, to wrap a bow on it, you send me dimensions of a box where I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And you go, well, let me show you. And I walk in and you have PowerPoint open and there are shapes, literal shapes that you pulled out of PowerPoint, and you wrote down all the dimensions, and then you went further and stacked things on top of each other.
Color-coded shapes based on the layers of the box and placement and general sizing of the box with like the dimensions to make sure that my math, because your girl's math doesn't typically always math. Exactly.
No. It's not always. Doesn't typically.
Exactly. Does not typically math. So if I'm being tasked with this, if my name is on this, I am making darn sure,
to the best of your ability,
that the math is mathing. Sure. But here's the thing. We have, and this is kind of scary to say, so maybe Riley cut this, but
what?
They're like, who else do we go to at this point?
No, we're fucked. Like,
We're
you're
not
good.
fucked.
No,
We're
we're
not
good.
fucked.
At the end of the day, if this works, if this method to your madness comes out successful, we have a brand new template of how we're going to do this shit in the future.
When the method to my madness comes to life, comes to perfection,
Look, I'm
we
looking
have
forward to seeing it.
we have an SOP in place, locked.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's not typical, but I think that that's part of the chaos, right? Is we're doing all these like random things to close out the year that isn't part of our standard work, isn't part of the daily process that we're all trying to do. And it's all coming together. It's fun. It's scary. It's chaotic, but you're doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. The rest of our leadership team is doing their thing.
But we're all like, this time of year is also like, this is to be expected. Like at this point, we're kind of, although it feels
for this in like August.
Yeah, although this feels really, really crazy while we're in it, and I know that we sound really crazy right now, for just many reasons, but like we're so used to this. And honestly, this kind of brings me back to like the days when we were in the freaking grind. Like, not that we're not in the grind now, we're just in a very different grind. Like when we were doing these types of projects, like when I was selling these boxes to clients, when I, like this brings me back to that.
Me and you did the fulfillment on this like 2 years ago.
Of course we
From,
did.
like, start to finish. But
Exactly. And then me and Kim did freaking RBY gifts, which is
another piece.
Exactly.
To this puzzle.
Yeah, it doesn't end at the client gifts. No, we have RBY gifts, which is another thing Kim and I have been working on.
Which stands for record breaking year, which we do anytime we
Break
our booked sales from the previous year.
Whenever we break a record, if you will.
From a company perspective. And it's so exciting. This is our 4th RBY in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my favorite part of the year. We get to celebrate all of our achievements through super thought out gifts that we give to all of our employees. And it's something that you can, attest to, but like I take RBY gifts as seriously as client gifts.
Oh yeah.
It's something that like I put all my passion behind.
To be fair, we even locked down the RBY gifts prior to the client gifts. Not because like, well, just be like in the
sometimes it's a little bit easier.
Well, yes, it's like buying something for your family or your best friend versus like buying for your mother-in-law, which is a bad which is a bad example.
I'm always excited about RBY, but it's tricky because we can't get started on that project until we know for 100% sure that we're actually going to have an RBY. So that timing is always a little bit finicky. We always know it's going to be at the end of the year. But I think part of our, and I'm sure this looks this way in the industry as a whole, I think it's just the chaos of the holidays. It's just everything is not standard. And even though people are off work, it feels harder.
Exactly. And because people are off work, it's harder.
The freight companies flop.
Exactly.
Every year. And UPS, FedEx, DHL, doesn't matter. USPS, doesn't matter.
To find factories that are able to produce, and they're not delayed, because normally like we can make miracles happen,
but everybody's trying to make magic happen at the end of the year, and it's not something that is standard, I would say. But the more interesting part, I think, of what we're doing this year is we're being so strategic about setting ourselves up for next year, and it shows so much in how we show up for next year. And I think that's like one of the bigger takeaways of our evolution of who we are as a company. I'm putting ourselves in these shoes, and it was truly all about getting the orders you can get out, trying to be as accurate as you can, and then handling our end of year gifts. Now there's this entire other layer, whole other element about like, yes, all of that's important, but first priority is our company goals, our budgets, departmental breakdowns of new hires, of what our plans are, how we're going to achieve all the goals. Like,
and as you're saying this, I'm like,
where's your budget?
Yeah.
I was wondering the same thing.
This is something that I have to put together, and I'm actually putting it together. It's on my Monday calendar.
Oh, I was hopeful of that fact.
No. It's happening. Girl, I know. No, but like, this is the stuff that we've done loosely, yes, but now
we've evolved. That's the only word that I can use to describe it. And what I'll say that I've seen from this, and that I can hope like other companies can, if you don't take that seriously, or if you were in the place that we were in, where yeah, it was in the back of our head and we were going to set targets for every team, but this is so much deeper in terms of planning and trying to be on the lookout for what's to come in 25. I think that it could make such a difference for everyone. The first thing to do, and that I'm so proud of us for doing, who are we hiring next year? What does that look like? You know what I mean? Like what needs are we anticipating? And then you can work backwards from there. But
Mhm.
that's something that really changed the game for us and I think has added to the holiday chaos, but has also set us up for success. Not only this year, but will also set us up for success next year.
Couldn't agree more, sister. Failing to plan is planning to fail.
And the definition of luck, do you know what it
Is
is?
when hard work meets
The definition of luck that I go by
what?
is when preparation meets opportunity.
Oh, I love that. No,
So
that's cute.
you will be lucky when you're prepared for an opportunity to come your way.
Exactly.
If you're unprepared for an opportunity to come your way and it comes, you're going to pass up on it. So that's how I
So luck, baby.
want to be lucky next year because we're prepared for the opportunities to come in.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
That's my last piece of spice for the episode, I think.
Okay. Well, I think that between like what we're looking to do, the way that we're picking our heads up to end the year and like bring in the new year, because we have a lot to kick off the new year with too.
We've been, actually, I take that back. I have more. I think the other thing that we've done that's really cool is we've broken out all of our goals by quarter. So we know like what we want to have accomplished by the end of Q1, by the end of Q2, by the end of Q3, and then Q4 is just a shit show. But I think that's part of it too, because we were very broad before. We're like, if we can grow by 10%, we're happy. But no, now it's very broken down by quarter. And you just reminded me that we have big goals for Q1.
Well, yes, we have big goals for Q1, like rev wise, but then also like right out the gate, we have some big events coming up. We're showing up, you know, in ways that we haven't before, as far as, you know, we're starting to exhibit at trade shows, we're starting to attend more stuff, which is really exciting because, you know, it's just something that we haven't done at this capacity before. But it's also, again, just a lot of planning and a lot of foresight and going through doing things for the first time or doing them in a new way. And the first time is always, for me in particular, very intimidating and very like floppy and very like, I don't know, like rudimentary, if you will. And I think I'm using
You
that
don't
word
love the
properly.
unknown.
No, not at all. So like
But once you know something, you're very fluid.
yes, once I push myself into doing something once, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like I got this. Like I understand this. Once I become familiarized with something, I'm good to do it. I can push myself into it, but I'll like resist going into it. But then after I'm fine, which is like a personal thing. But which is definitely a personal thing. And I, you know, like control, maybe you could call me control freak. It is what it is. But
Self-awareness.
exactly. But I can also be go with the flow. I can also be chill for some things, you
For
know.
like 10 minutes.
Exactly. But like having like rather than living in this moment and being so reactive to everything that we have going on, there is that like proactiveness that we're definitely working on and something that we just, you know, have absolutely needed up to this point. So I think that we're cooking with gas. In week's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of you know, great memes with the peeps. The holiday party is going to be a great time.
We might actually get some in-week people over here, yeah?
Oh my gosh.
That would be fun.
You know, we'll definitely get some of our in-week peeps up in here. Whether it be like some people with like really like solid industry experience, some company longevity, some I mean there's exactly there's many different stories to tell from our team that isn't here. Ooh, some creative direction. Wow, my mind is spinning. But you'll definitely have to tune in, stay tuned. We'll do our best to keep our sanity, to keep our heads on straight. And that's kind of all that I had. How about you, sister?
I think it's great. I'm excited. The holidays are around the corner. We're officially like about in the 6-week kickoff period. So things are about to get crazy from here, but I'm excited. And I think the holidays are just, you have to be happy. You can't be sad during Christmas.
Amen.
And I'm Jewish, so there's that.
Exactly. I couldn't
I'm
have said
still
it better
happy during
myself.
Christmas.
She's having a great time during
I
Christmas.
love Christmas.
Absolutely. No, but we'll keep you guys posted and we'll, tune back in. But thank you guys for tuning in. And if you like the podcast, like, subscribe, follow on, give us a comment, all the things, all the fixins. And we will see you next Monday. Au revoir, brand connoisseurs.
Bye, guys.